I am doing it right now. I am. I'm going on a hike tomorrow. I've already set out my gym scheduled. I've been vegan for 2 years.
Where's the
I'm not
man?
negating that. I'm sorry.
Where's the man?
I haven't met anybody, so I was gonna
Mm.
That's my point. That's my point.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Eeryt Solo Thoughts. In today's video, we're gonna be reacting to Kevin Samuels. Finding a man is too hard. Sounds interesting, but we gonna see what he talking about in this one. And make sure y'all comment, like, and subscribe for more reaction videos like this one. What's up, everybody? I'm back with another Kevin Samuels reaction, and by the look of the title, this should be interesting, but the title's kind of simple. But I'm not gonna hold you guys up any longer. We're gonna jump straight into this reaction. Let's get it.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
Good. You were on last week, weren't you?
I was. My sound cut out.
All right. What do you got for me?
So I do want to get your advice on when we should, as women, think about freezing our eggs and just really
Freezing them?
understand. I'm sorry.
When you should think about freezing them?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I will say the one of the first. What I'm looking at, a medical professional. How old are you?
I'm 31.
Are you in a relationship?
I'm not.
Well, I mean, I can't really say on an individual level, but I would. What are you freezing your eggs for?
I'm thinking about freezing my eggs just because I'm not dating. I'll be done with my RN program in about a year and a half from now, and I
Mhm.
just feel like I might have waited too long to
Dang, they threw an ad in there quick.
take getting into a relationship serious.
So how's
And
freezing your eggs going to change that?
I don't think it's going to change that, but I do want kids, and so I do know that I'm getting up there in age, and I not that there's anything wrong with being a
So you
baby's
freeze your
mom.
egg. You freeze your eggs. You freeze your eggs, and you're out of your RN program by age 33. How, if you found, how long do you think before you're married?
I mean, I hope not long. My goal is to get married. Yeah.
Put a number to it. You're out of school at 33 and you haven't dated. How long?
I want to be married by 35.
Uh-huh. So if you found somebody on your graduation day, you would need to be married. So from your graduation day to age 35 is 2 years. You got 2 years to find somebody. All right, well, how long you want to be married before you start trying to get pregnant?
Probably right away.
Hmm.
It's not that I'm not dating now. It's just I just haven't
I,
found
I,
anybody.
I'm just saying, based upon what you're saying, I'm just running the numbers. At 35, you want to no honeymoon, no time to get to know each other. Just go straight to having babies.
Well, no, but I do feel like when you are
Okay.
getting to know somebody.
I'm just understanding. You get married, you say right away. So IVF is a manual procedure.
Yes.
So do you plan? When do you
I'm
plan
just
on?
saying. I'm just saying freeze my
I'm just
eggs.
doing the basic numbers. I get it, but see, freezing your eggs is a concept.
I'm
But
not
just like you,
saying
listen. You having a degree is a concept, but there's a curriculum and things are done in an order. And a lot of times you ladies don't fill in the paper. And what you're having a problem with is I'm asking, fill in the blanks. How long? Well, I don't have anybody seriously. So all things remaining equal, you won't have anybody seriously in the next year and a half. That was the reason you want to freeze your eggs because you're in school. All right, you graduate by 33. How long before you're married? 2 years? I give you that. But then the day you're married, how long before you start family planning? How long? And you said right away. So to me, that means when you get back from the honeymoon. Yes or no?
yes, you're right.
All
I
right.
guess
See,
I
go
guess
ahead.
my I guess I should have asked a better question. I guess my question should have been, do you think it's a good idea to freeze your eggs for a backup plan in case something doesn't, in case I don't get married, in case I
Who's
don't
going
meet
to
someone.
back up? What's the backup plan?
As a backup plan, like if I don't get
Meaning, as
married,
a backup plan, meaning being a single mother.
no, I don't want to be a single mother. I don't want to.
So, what's the backup plan?
I'm saying freezing my eggs as a backup plan
Okay, but the backup plan means
would
if
end
I.
up. I see what you're saying.
What's the backup plan? Are you going to be married or not?
I understand.
Which,
Yeah.
which one is it?
So I
See,
guess
this is what I'm.
Seems
This
like
this
she
conversation just showed that you got and the way a man's mind think is why are you guys going through all these Herculean efforts instead of just trying to become a wife and become fit right now and do this right now?
no, I am doing it right now. I am. I am. I'm going on a hike tomorrow. I've already set out my gym schedule. I've been vegan for 2 years.
Where's
I'm
the
not
man?
negating that. I'm sorry.
Where's the man?
I haven't met anybody, so I was gonna.
That's my point. That's my point.
Exactly. Oh man.
Everything you talked about, IVF, school, there's no man, and I'm sorry, the simplest thing should be for a woman to make herself available for a man. None of the stuff you're talking about is tied to a man. Hiking, this, that. Where's the date? Where's the last time you had a date?
I went on a date last week.
When's the last time you had a relationship?
A year ago, a little over a year ago.
How long did it last?
It was a year.
Were you guys in the same city? Was it long distance? What?
We were in the same city. We lived together. We just had different views on kids at the time, and so we decided. Well, he decided.
What about all in your 20s though?
In my 20s, I spent 7 years with the wrong person. In my 20s, I was in a 7-year relationship with the same person, and
Well, so this is why IVF tends to. I'm saying to have the conversation because so many women talk about freezing their eggs, but you don't fill in the plan. You don't fill it in. It's like I'll freeze my eggs for a backup. That's why I said the other day, what's the backup plan? I'll take them out of the freezer and I'll go get a sperm donor and I'll become a single mother. That's really the backup plan for most women. Because otherwise, you still got to have a man.
well, my thought process behind freezing my eggs was in case I did meet somebody and I'm past the limit to have good eggs. That was my original.
I get it.
Even thinking about.
I get it. I get it. And my issue with that is, as a backup plan, it gives women a false sense of security, like they have time.
Yeah, no, I'm not arguing with that, and I definitely feel like I don't have any more time, not a lot of time
So,
at all.
what about cost associated with? So, let's just assume you found a man, 35. The chances of these things happening successfully are 50-50. Do you have the $36,000, the $24,000 to $50,000 for the procedure?
I will when I'm graduated.
You graduated at 33. Are you going to have $24,000 to $50,000 saved in 2 years?
That's my goal. Probably a little after, once I start working, because I won't have to pay
Do you
for
have any
school.
savings now?
Yes.
Over $10,000?
A little bit, not too much. Over that.
Okay, so man,
It's saved to get me through school, though. So.
but exactly. So you'd have nothing. You'd have nothing. So think about what you just said. 24 to 50,000.
I'm considering working so that I didn't have to touch
Time out. These are all Herculean methods. None of this makes sense to me. I'm going to graduate, and then I'm going to. Now, when most people have a problem even getting $5,000, you're going to stock away $25,000 to $50,000. And we're going to just get rid of all of it on IVF if it works. And if it doesn't work, that money doesn't come back.
Well,
That's true.
See, let me finish, ma'am. I'm saying this so ladies can start to understand. The way y'all talk about this stuff is it's cheap and there's a foregone conclusion it all works. When it will make more sense as a man to say, all right, if the natural way is meeting a man and getting married and doing it the old fashioned way when you're still young enough to do all that, that would make more sense. It's cheaper and it's more effective. But I can't find a man. All right, then you need to fix that problem. Instead of trying to go freeze eggs and worry about paying for something that you can't afford.
That's a fact.
I mean, did you really think about the cost associated with it and the time frame?
I did think about the cost and the time frame is what had me a little kind of like, but
I never anticipated how hard it was to start my own business.
It's definitely been a challenge.
My main goal is to find somebody and do it the old-fashioned way, but at my age, I'm just getting a little worried, and so I kind of wanted to just get your take on it, because I do feel like you give a lot of valuable information.
Well, I mean, it's always, I'm not going to say it's not an option, but it's just not the best option. My first thing is, you said you were with the wrong person for 7 years. What age did you end that relationship?
23.
From 16 to 23?
No, from 23
to 30.
When I was 23.
And you were together from 23 to 30?
Probably younger then, because I just turned 31, and I was with my ex for a year. So I probably met him at 22 then.
22 to 29?
Mm-hmm. And then I met my last boyfriend right before I turned 30. So yeah.
And he didn't want. And what was the disconnect with you guys?
Just the. We both wanted children, but we just had a disagreement on vaccinating.
On what?
On vaccinating the children.
That's why y'all broke
future children?
Mm-hmm. He's very strict on he would rather not vaccinate, and I would rather vaccinate. So that was kind of the disagreement we were having.
Bad reason.
So you're with somebody for a year, a valuable year, and y'all broke up because of possible vaccination to possible future children.
Well, he says that he just needed time for himself, so that was why we broke up. Okay. But
So I'm trying to understand is why the relationships aren't working. You said the first one, it didn't work.
I'm sorry.
You said the first one you were with the wrong person for 7 years. I'm not going to go into that one. But this last person, you said y'all broke up because of different views on kids, but now you're changing the story.
It was an encompass of those two things, just him wanting time for himself after I kind of brought it up. And then he asked me why I wouldn't reconsider right away, and I told him our views on
reconsider what?
Getting back together. So he reached out, and I was talking to him about some of the things that were concerning me.
Look at Kevin
and the vaccination with the kids was important because I do want to be a mom. And so he was saying that he really wasn't willing to budge at first. And so I told him it didn't make sense to go forward because I think that's a big thing. And I'm a nursing student, so I know how important it is to vaccinate.
These vaccines, man.
Okay.
Everybody.
Well, as a man, what I hear is all this complexity with dating modern women. Why is that even a question that you're handling? Okay. How long after you said you were with somebody for 7 years?
Yes.
And then y'all broke up. How long were you broke up before you started dating the next guy?
I had knew him for a while before I broke up.
How long were you broke up before you started dating the next guy?
6 months.
There's the answer right there. No time off, no healing, none of that. Then you jump into a friend relationship with somebody. You go straight. You don't really even take time to heal. You don't date. And this is what happens too often. You ladies crave comfort instead of compatibility. And then what I'm hearing is you're not married, and this is an issue. He doesn't want to vaccinate. You don't want to vaccinate. All right, then why are you? then why are you dating somebody solely? Why aren't you dating multiple people? See, the end result ends in wife. And if you're dating one person at a time, just like the previous person, you don't have enough time to make that many mistakes.
Exactly. You need multiple.
So this is where you guys get into a problem, because you run out of time.
Yeah.
And now you're in a position where it's like, well, now what I do? Well, you got to date more people. I mean, what should have happened in earlier years, you shouldn't have been with that person for 7 years. You should have dated enough people, or should have figured out what you wanted and what kind of lifestyle you wanted and all those kind of things. And then made yourself the best version of yourself to attract that kind of a man. But I don't see, this is too complex, man. There's a lot of moving pieces.
Mm-hmm. Definitely is a lot of moving pieces in this one.
Yeah.
And if you were with somebody for a year and y'all broke up over vaccinations, I'm like, y'all arguing about kids that you don't have? Then he said he reached out and he wanted to get back together. You wanted to get back together, or he wanted to get together?
I think it was a mutual thing. Like, we both, it wasn't a bad relationship. I think we just needed to work through those issues.
Like,
but they're not, I don't feel like they're small issues when it comes to the health of children.
You don't have them. You don't have a kid yet.
But
this is all theoretical. You don't even know, man, it makes no sense to me. I'll be honest.
Well, I'm calling in to get your opinion, because I am 31 and I'm out of time, and I'm just trying, based on your content, it just seems like you say you should talk about those big things before you get married. And
you should talk about them, but you should talk about them early on, not a year into dating one person.
Okay.
If it's a deal breaker, you break it and you move on. But see, you don't wait a year to talk about important things, because you wasted a year. Honestly, the position you put yourself in, ma'am, if I'm going to be honest, freezing your eggs sounds like you ain't going to turn into a single mother. Because your options for men, from what you're telling me right now,
not good.
They don't exist. But what you do know is you have eggs, and it'll be easier to go get a sperm donor, and it'll be cheaper than IVF. And this is what happens far too often. Women actually end up choosing to become single mothers because they don't have a viable husband. And you can't. And can you tell me 100% that you would absolutely not become a single mother?
No, I don't want to raise kids like that.
All right. Well, then there you go. So if that's the case, you need the man first. All this other stuff, the shadows of the forest. And that's what I'm ultimately getting to. If you're not going to be a single mother, then you got to have a man. And you better and I'm doing this for you and everybody else. Y'all need to get better at knowing what works for you, what you need, what your deal breakers are, and getting that stuff out on the table as soon as possible. Because ladies, you got to get the major parts of your life together sooner. Because eventually life starts making choices for you. So I know it may not be what you want to hear,
but it's what I need to hear, and that's what I called for. I don't want anybody to sugarcoat anything. I love your content.
But you're not dating though.
I'm dating. I'm actively on dating apps. I am putting myself out there.
What? You'll say so.
No, men, husbands really aren't on dating apps. You do know that. Yeah. That's a good place to go find some sex.
Oh shoot.
Well,
I mean,
maybe going out and meeting, maybe hiking or something like that.
See, this is.
She don't know.
No, not at 31. 31. Personal trainer, therapist, image consultant, matchmaker. You put all this money into school, personal trainer, therapist, image consultant, matchmaker.
I will see you soon.
Matchmaker is, because you're not going to likely to find what you're looking for on dating apps, and you're running out of time. That's one of the things in my show is done more than anything else. I talk about time. And you ladies act like it all just works the first shot, and it doesn't. So, all right, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Kevin.
Have a good one. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I didn't make the biology of female. So, So that's what I say about IVF. You hear women talk about freezing their eggs so often, but they never talk about the process. Like, I'll freeze my egg. All right, where's the man gonna come along? He'll show up one day. Do you have that money? No.
Name of the game, man. Don't be so quick to commit to a relationship. Like Kevin Samuels said in this video. This woman, she just committed to these men, just one man, and then she broke up with the dude that she was with for 7 years. 6 months later, she got with another dude. She's not weighing out her options, you know what I mean? She just automatically committing to these dudes, and it's not working. And that's wild, though. She said the second dude that she was with, they broke up because they differences on the whole getting vaccinated and stuff like that. That's wild. And that is very true with the timing stuff too. Like, time is not by your side, you know. So you gotta make moves like this because the clock keep ticking. Just because you going through things and you trying to pursue your dreams and your goals, your career, that doesn't mean it's gonna slow down for you. You gotta move. You gotta be strategic with your moves in life. So that's what it is. But that's all I got for you guys. Until next time, I'm gone. Peace.